Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be the Acrobat stock watch. So this is our first stock watch with 5-star gold in mind, and it's pretty interesting. So let's get started. I'm going to do something different on this one. When I don't have a card myself, I'm going to look at it on the portal. So number one for Acrobats on our stock watch is going to be Snoop. So let's take a look over at Snoop on the portal. Got him pulled up at 5-star gold. One of the things that happened with Acrobats is their gem damage went way, way up. In particular, their primaries and secondaries much, much farther than any other class. So Snoop's secondary that got buffed a lot now hits even harder. The moves themselves don't really change much except for the choose move. He does pick up an extra blue on the choose move, so it goes from 3 to 4. That is significant as it makes your life a lot easier, and if you don't have a blue gem generator coach, that actually comes in really clutch and frees up a coach slot. So he benefits actually a surprising amount from that. He was already hitting crazy hard before the buff. No one's going to hit harder. Turn one, he's going to be ridiculous. It was a slam dunk. We did not debate this one at all. Everyone was Snoop number one. So I don't think that's going to come as a surprise to very many people. Snoop was the clear winner, the clear number one as of now. His stock is through the roof. Bye on that. So let's take a look at number two. And I also do not have the number two acrobat. That would be, we chose Ricky Steamboat the Dragon as number two. He got possibly the one of the biggest buffs, moving from 5-star silver to 5-star gold. Not only did he get the acrobat gem buff, but his moves went up considerably. His 4 MP jumping in Sagiri. Now instead of choosing one column to make into multiply gems of strength 4, it's 2 columns of multiply gem strength 5. On top of that, the other 4 MP black went from choose 1 row to make into multiply gems of strength 4 to 2 rows into multiply gems of strength 5. And the other move that gets used with that set stayed the same. But he gets the gem damage buff, he gets the 2 extra rows. Already seeing people screenshotting 2 million a turn in Showdown with him. Massive uptick at 5-star gold. He was solid before, one of the better acrobats. Now he's just kind of off the charts good. And for us, again, he was the clear number two. So pretty easy choice for us there again at 2. After that, it got a lot more tricky. And it was really close. So 3, 4, 5, and even 6 probably are all very close. And you could kind of flip them in any order, really. So number 3, we decided on Zombie Taker, who this is a huge buy for me. Before 5-star gold, he would not have made our top 5. He would have been an honorable mention. And we moved him all the way to number 3. Again, another acrobat card I do not have. Why did we move him to number 3? Well, acrobat's got the gem damage buff like we talked about. And his trap gem set went from 16 gems to 17, which isn't that big of a deal. What is a big deal is when you break one, instead of making 3 random gems into greens, he's now making 4. So you combine the fact that way more green gems are going out, makes him more consistent, with the fact that Acrobat's got the biggest gem buff in the game, moving to 5-star gold. And Zombie Taker is a massive win. He's really high right now. Now's a good time to be buying Taker if you got him. So very strong card. We picked him number 3. I would love to see video on it, because this is more of a paper thing for me. Just looking at it on paper, the increase is massive. And again, I don't have him. So if you have video of your 5-star gold zombie taker running these trap gems, blowing up the board, if you could get that to me, I would love it. But right now, he's on a very massive uptick, and we're buying. So that actually brings us to number 4, and I think I actually have this one. So I didn't have the top 3. Number 4, we have... Nope, I lied. I don't have 4 either. Number 4 is Montez Ford. So I don't have any of the top 4 acrobats on my team. So Montez, this is an interesting one. The reason that we had him 4, and like I said, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were all super close, is gonna almost sound kind of weird in combination with the other stuff. So before 5-star gold, we had him 2nd, and the clear favorite for 2nd. So his stock fell at 5-star gold, but why did we keep him 4? Well, so he doesn't really gain anything from the gem buff because his primary build is move buffs. If you use his bleed move, it does gain a little bit, but again, not really much. It's only a small percentage. So why did we pick Ford at 4? Well, the reason is his finisher and his setup at 5-star silver is basically the same as 5-star gold. So while his ceiling didn't really go up, the fact that you can get the most out of him without taking him to 5-star gold makes him a really good investment to 5-star silver. So at 5-star silver, he still will keep a lot of people down without having to touch the gem board, and will recycle. Also, when there's bleed line bonuses, you can run the bleed set and get some massive bleed damage out of him. So that's really what kept him in the top 5. He's not a card any of us would probably take to 5-star gold right now, but he stayed there because he's got great value at 5-star silver and can keep people down. So it's really a value buy here. At keeping him at 5-star silver, he'll be able to get a lot done for you and beat a good chunk of 5-star golds. Not the kick-out guys. You'd want to stay away from kick-out guys, but a lot of other people he'll be able to still keep down, we think. We'll have to see as 5-star gold develops and moves if that's the case. So his stock is down, but his value is good, if that makes sense. That was our conclusion on Ford. And still his traditional moveset, bleed with the line bonuses and stuff like that. Okay, now we get to an acrobat I actually have. Number 5, we have HBK. And this might surprise a lot of people that he's not higher. But like I said, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all really close. And I'm actually, again, going to go back to the portal because mine isn't 5-star gold. And HBK is somebody that benefits big at 5-star gold. He gets a big increase to his moves. So he's somebody that we are buying. His stock is up for sure. But why didn't he end up ahead of Ford, let's say, or Zombie Taker? So he benefits from the buff as well because he's damage is based off the primary gem color, and his moves all got nice increases. So he can hit very hard. The 1 MP move that destroys random multiplies now goes up to 8. You do need 8 blues on the board, which is a good amount. And then the ones he makes stays at 3 and they stay at ×5, but the buff, instead of making them go up by 3, it increases the strength by 4. So that moveset picks up a lot. You can also use a less damage moveset and use the purple 1 MP move and then throw blues out and have enough blues on the board that you don't run out. Your top end damage goes way down. Your consistency is there though. HBK has the potential to hit very, very hard. But the multiply gem coach trainers still worry us a little bit because between Dragon and HBK and a lot of the other guys that are going to get an uptick from the Acrobats, we are not sure how much we're going to start to see multiply gem coaches and things like Feud. Now, The other thing, though, HBK does bring to the table, and Steamboat does this too, is they can both showdown very well. So HBK does have the showdown aspect, but again, if you put a multiply gem coach on in showdown and fight each HBK, he's not really going to be too scary. So if you put him as your defense, people in showdown, you're not having to rush a ton. You can just go at him with a multiply gem down coach. And you're gonna beat him in that case with another 5-star gold. That's a decent showdown card. So that is what kept him at 5 and not higher, even though we're very high on him and his stock is certainly rising. It's the fact that you need a lot of blues on the board, and that top high end damage is very easily nerfed with the multiply gem down coach. He was one in discussion that was as high as 3 and as low as not in the top 5, depending on who you talk to and how they felt about it. So he's a really interesting one in my opinion. He is the acrobat I have in the top 5, the only one. So that is going to move us to honorable mentions, and this is going to be in no particular order, okay? And most of these guys I don't have leveled either. You can see, other than HBK at 5-star silver, I have not been big on acrobats personally. I do want to call out Ray as our free-to-play. He was given out for free. He's made a lot of people's lives easier. I know a couple people that absolutely love Ray and would put him in the top 5, and they've carried his roster. Not quite there for me. However, he has a lot of low charge moves. He's going to be fine because he blows up a bunch of the board and tosses out, he's got a lot of different stuff he can do, and acrobats get the gem buff. So Ray is certainly our free-to-play mention and a very, very fine card. I don't personally use him. However, he is very good, and I know people that use him for everything, from showdown to farming to feud, and that just love him. So he's definitely an honorable mention. Johnny Drip Drip is also a very interesting one. So he really didn't gain anything at 5-star gold other than the acrobat gem damage. However, what he does have is a build set that multiply gems do not nerf. My Johnny Drip Drip I haven't started to level yet. That build set is the one that spams the multiply gems, and then you hit the springboard roundhouse for damage from them. The reason why an acrobat coach doesn't nerf that is when you break the gem, you only move the pin bar 2 notches instead of 5, and 2 is enough to charge the move to keep breaking gems. So a multi-coach actually helps one of his build sets. So even though he doesn't improve, I think his stock is actually rising potentially. It's a kind of watch sort of thing. If the meta shifts to multiply gem coaches everywhere, I think Johnny Drip Drip gets even more value. He can also showdown. He has a fantastic link with Miz. Really, really good link with Miz. That is worth mentioning for sure. And he's got that low charge moveset, and so does Miz. So he could do some stuff in showdown as well as feud. So a very versatile card. So he's one that was definitely talked about in the top 5. So from there, we have Shelton as well. And ignore on my ticker where it says Cena. I missed that one. The Acro Cena is definitely not a free-to-play. So just ignore that. Or not a honorable mention. But we have Shelton as well. And in fact, I'm just going to go back to the portal for this because I don't have my Shelton leveled super far. So again, with Acrobats getting the gem buff, Shelton has a moveset, a couple different ones. Some people run the faster Jimmy build of black, blue, blue, and it's a 5 MP to load and recycles super well. And it's like a faster version of Jimmy. There's also this build where you run this pyro build where you choose 4 gems for 5 MP to be pyro gems, and then you turn 4 pyro gems red. So you're recycling these 2 moves, recycles it for you. From there, you can go a few different ways. You can throw the random ones out, the one red MP, and throw 8 randoms out. Or you can choose 6 at times 5 with the blue gems after the first set. So from the second set on, you have the times 5 multis. The first time you can have the super kick running. So um, with the gem buff and blue being his primary, and feud perks looking like they're not going to nerf pyro gems anymore, Shelton is certainly on the uptick. Somebody that when I look at my roster and look at who I have for Acrobats, him and Drip are going to be moving up for me. And I'm actually pretty high on Shelton and buying Shelton. Also, he can do blue stipulation tours for you, just like Snoop can do black stipulation. Shelton can do blue, but he's doing 4 sets of pyros, so a very good chunk. Morrison Drip Drip can do blue as well with his snowfall gems. So Shelton's a very good acro and certainly worth investing in, and one to keep an eye on as well as we go forward and see how much that primary gem damage difference makes, and super low charge moves, which I'm a fan of, and 2 different sets that you could run. So from there, we can take a look at R-Truth, who's also an honorable mention. Another acrobat I don't have. You're probably noticing a theme. These acrobats are not the easiest ones to get. At 5-star gold, Truth, when you look at his moves, this set, if you were to use this one, which most people don't, it does make 7 multiply gems into yellow. He does get an extra snowfall gem, making them into blue. The choose move, which people do use, goes up 1. And something worth noting with Truth, aside from the purple stipulation tours, is that he has this buff for his purple gems, 55% for 2 turns. And with the smoke plate and the choose move, you can get that buff to go off twice. So your purple gems are 110% for 2 turns on the pyros. And you can do some serious damage. So he's really good for purple stipulation. And that purple gem buff can get up there. And with acros picking up the gem damage, that's going to be significant. So he's another one whose stock is actually rising. In fact, most acrobats in general, stock is rising. But certainly in Truth with the smoke plate, there's a lot you can do. And there's other builds as well that you can run with him, and he's a lot of fun. So Truth made the honorable mention. And again, keep in mind, guys, most of these acrobats are guys I don't own, so personally have. From there, let's see. Doink is the other one, and he's the last honorable mention, I believe. Yeah, Doink is the last one, and he's not last in honorable mentions. Like I said, honorable mentions were in no particular order, and we're gonna have to go back to the portal because I again don't have Doink. Doink is interesting because generally I'm not super big on sub guys. But with health pools going so large at 5-star gold, and Doink having the crazy damage sub he does, it makes the whole board into submission gems, and the sub goes up to 53k, but it picks up an additional turn, so 6 turns at 5-star gold. So his sub, which is his best move, gets buffed, and then he gains 1 on his choose move on the purple choose. And let's see, that stays the same. The color turns aren't really too big a deal. They can kind of get you into trouble sometimes. So, but this one, turning them to purple, is certainly good because you can refill your purples. But the choose is really the big one with the sub. Those are the 2 big benefits there. And really, you're stacking the sub with him. Plus, with a lot of feud perks, there have been sub bonuses and then line bonuses for subs. So right now, Doink is somebody that's really fit well into feud and stuff. Do keep in mind, though, those perks are always can always go away. Like Keith Lee, for example, this month won't be turn 1, and if those perks continue, he will continue not to be turn 1. So on some of these perk-dependent cards that really benefit a ton from perks, like Doink would, keep that in mind. Although he is definitely rising with the sub buff and with the health pools. So I would say he is another Acrobat that's rising. Pretty much everyone on the list for Acrobat is a stock up except for Ford, but he can still do a lot for you. And to me, his value lies in keeping him at 5-star silver. So these are like long-term, kind of, we're trying to do safe to build guys with this. I want to remind everyone it's not a tier list. Also, I'd love to get you guys' thoughts. I use the portal more here because I can actually show their moves. I would love to know if you guys preferred me using the portal this time, or if you would just prefer if I looked at some of their moves that I can't really see on my roster. This one was hard for me because I don't have most of these cards, and the few I do are not leveled. But again, just to cover, Snoop at 1 for his ridiculous damage output, and he can do some stip for you. Dragon, certainly, because he can feud, he can showdown, and he's doing 2 million plus a cycle. Zombie Taker for those trap gems completely exploding up to 4, and the gem buff while he's blowing up the board. Ford really for his value at 5-star silver, not taking him to 5-star gold, but still having the value to keep people down, if that makes sense. HBK because he got a bunch of uptick at 5-star gold, but also slight cautionary with if the meta shifts to multiply gem down coaches. And then honorable mentions of Drip Drip, Shelton, R-Truth, Doink, and Free to Play and Ray. All of them are really fine cards. And as you can see with me having so few of them, honestly, if you have any of the ones mentioned, they're probably worth taking up. And like I said, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7, all were pretty debated amongst the people I talked to. So all very, very close. And some of them we still need some more data on as 5-star gold goes along. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, love to hear what you think in the comments. Let me know about the portal. I was trying something different. If you guys didn't like that, please let me know. Also, if you're not, join my Discord server. I make rooms for the stock watches where if you don't agree with a particular thing, you can make your case for it, hopefully post videos. If you have 5-star gold videos, I'd love to get them. If you could send them to me, a link or whatever, so I can watch them. If you got a guy that you love, even someone I've not mentioned, and you love your guy at 5-star gold, I am happy to watch it. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this, and I think Striker will be next. So thanks for watching, guys, and good luck out there.